Two kids from Queens, cut from a different cloth. Now joining forces, helping you to elevate your personal brand. Yeah, I'm talking about Nicky and Moose, bringing you a never-before-seen perspective into the mindset, the mentality, the behaviors, the driving force, but more importantly, the stories behind the people and brands that you know and love the most.
Was poppin'. Welcome to Nicky and Moose. I'm Nicky. That's Moose. What's up, Moose?
What up, y'all?
And I am sorry for a delay. My Wi-Fi is acting trippy. So, yeah. So if it acts up, we'll be back. I promise you. And we promise you we'll be back. Okay. First and foremost, Moose, I need you to do some talking because I got to promo this that we're back live now. So, do some talking.
I got you. Yeah. Okay, so let me do some talking. First and foremost, as always,
where am I?
We got a new episode.
Where am I?
You disappeared for a second.
I know. Hold on. Let me bring me back.
Oh, man. There we go. You know, we say this, man, for those who've been rocking with us since day one, you know, we tell you these are the chronicles of having a real live show.
Facts.
Right? Like sometimes it gets crazy with the weather and poof, internet could get crazy. So y'all know it's been raining a little bit, at least on the East Coast. I don't know if you got crazy thunderstorms today or not, but yeah, it's been a bit hectic. But anyway, for the most part, thank you for rocking with us. Thank you for coming in and staying with us, even if we're a little bit late. New episode 40. That's a milestone episode for us,
40.
by the way. You know? 40 little decades.
40.
You know what I'm saying? 40 little decades. So, that's a big episode, man. We brought on Erica Ford, super dope individual. We met her in Miami about 2 years ago and kind of kept in touch throughout COVID, just watching her moves online and all that good stuff. So it was cool to definitely see her on our platform. So definitely check it out if you haven't already. A lot of little lessons, man. She's been in the game for 25, 30 years. So, you know, with experience comes a lot of wisdom. Definitely worth the check. Other than that, man,
what was the biggest lesson? What was the biggest lesson?
Man, that clip that you posted today and what we talked about even on the after show, for those of you not subscribed to the after show, make sure you check us out on you know what I'm saying, on our after show with All Access, because it's a super dope experience. But just for her really reiterating that a big part of getting people to rock with you is making sure that in a way you're rocking with you, like you're staying up on your game and you're doing your thing. So that was a huge, like, wow, I thought at least some part of relationship is also, you know, doing the relational boy, the keeping in touch, the reaching out. And it's like, nope, that's not really where I focus my energy on. I'm actually focused on making sure that I'm up to and putting my own points up so that when it's time to build, people feel but almost like it's their responsibility to be a part of what I'm doing for the community, which I thought was really cool.
Yep. I really liked it. Maybe because I went a little bit fanish. I ain't gonna hold you. Like I was like, yo, you know everybody. Talk to the people. Why you know everybody. So I enjoyed it. But on a different news, All Access Squad is super live. Okay, for all our Apple Podcast people, definitely go join the All Access Squad. This is where you get access to the bonus episodes, the after show, what we really thought about the things. We'll give some tangible things. We'll give some just random thoughts. It's just us in a more laid back kind of situation. So definitely go to the All Access. But Moose, what are we talking about as I fix this situation? Because I'm gone, so I gotta fix me. I gotta fix me.
Figure this out. Yeah. So for those of you who got a chance to read our copy today, right? I was kind of like sitting back and thinking about, okay, so we've discussed multiple things over the last few weeks. You know, we've talked about following your passion or following your gift. Mm-hmm. And on this episode or on today's live, I was like, okay, I'm sure people have heard the conversation around needs and wants, right? Like if anybody's ever given you that type of feedback, like, okay, is this a need for you or is this a want? Typically, it's around your personal finances. It's around your spending. Someone is giving you advice, trying to help you identify where should your money go, right? Mm-hmm. What's the thing that's worth your money? But again, oftentimes these conversations are really had when it comes to our personal lives. I said, well, I know in the fancy business world, there's a term called projections, right? Where you actually start to forecast what's going to happen this next quarter, what's going to happen this year, what are some things that I want to accomplish. And a big part of forecasting is having that same exact conversation now, needs and wants, but not for your personal finances, but bringing that same concept now into your brand or your business. So I'm like, okay, I can see the gap now. There's a lot of us who are so passionate about what we do, whether it is, again, expanding our voice and our platforms through our personal brand or trying to build a small business through a product or service or either of the two. You're so passionate about doing it that if it doesn't take much energy from you, you don't really treat it like a real business. So you don't care about forecasting. You don't care about projections. You don't think about what's realistic or reasonable. You just go. And that's why I was like, okay, so let's have that conversation now. Let's actually start talking more on a personal level. What do needs and wants? What's that conversation like for us when it comes to our personal brand? And then what does it look like when it comes to our businesses, right? And one of the places I want to start with you, Nix, whenever you're ready, I think one of the concepts, and we've talked about this before too, also on our live around comparison, you can start to feel that you want your content to look a certain way online, right? Yeah. So, okay, I want it to look super HD. I want the dopest Sony camera like the one Nicky got. I want to do all these cool things, but I don't know. How do you justify that when you're just starting, right? When you're just finding your voice or you're getting going? So I guess let's start there, right? How do I understand the difference between a want, something that I desperately want to, just from my personal preference or my personal desire, or something that is more so an emergency? It's a need when it comes to a personal brand. What would you say is, again, one of those accessories? It's oh man, if I could get this, great. It's amazing. But this is what I need to do first. I should be doing this first before I should be trying to get to these other things down the line.
I think there's a want and need to every level, right? I don't think it's like just across the board, here are your wants and here are your needs. So what I mean by that is like, in the beginning level, right? In the beginning level, you're going to need a phone, some type of camera that is going to be able to record you. Some type of audio device, if you do audio, that is going to record your voice. Some type of way to take your words into something visual, right? 9 out of 10 times, that's probably something that you already have. So that's like a phone, that's a free app, that's the voice notes, it's something free that, hold on. Dee Dee's calling me. Hold on, let's do this. Ma'am, I'm on live.
Interrupt this message.
I'm on live. You want to say hi to the people?
Nikki, listen, this is serious, darling. I need you to rebrand me. I mean, like, Insta famous now.
What?
In your life, this is serious. I need you to pause. Let everybody know I'm Insta famous, and yeah, I'm gonna allow you to rebrand me, okay?
Listen, I have the cameras ready, Dee Dee. If people do not know who this voice is, let me see. Hold on, let me see. Hold on, let me see if I can get her on. Let's see. Hold up. So you can hear. Let's wait. Hold on. Dee Dee, say something. Hold up. There we go. Moose, you hear her?
Can you hear me?
Oh, I hear you loud and clear, First Lady.
Quick commercial break. I'm going to need you, Nikki, to rebrand me because guess what? Your girl is Insta famous.
You are. And we need to figure this out quick.
Heck yeah, before your numbers go up. Because, hey, once she rebrands me, you guys, if you don't get her now, you're not going to be able to get her. So, yeah, heck yeah. Nikki, you're going to have to pay me for that shameless plug.
Oh, my God. Okay, so Moose put that in our budget that we have to pay Dee Dee now for just her presence, her voice presence on our live stream. And then me and Moose are going to come up with a strategy to rebrand you and actually have the people know you a little bit more because they know you. But
heck yeah, because he was trying to hide me behind him.
Yes.
But Tab said, "Girl, get on in this room."
Right.
Tab said, "Girl, get on in this room." And so I said, "Yes, ma'am." Okay, because I ain't want her to Wendy Williams me. So I'm like, I better get on in here then. Okay.
Well, you've been the star. Remember, every single time you put out content, it does views. It does more than E.
Right.
Okay.
So when you're ready,
ma'am.
we will finish this live, and we will. If you ready. You give me the dollar bag in my text, the dollar bag, like we ready, and then we could go.
Oh, I'm about to do it now. So yeah, thank you for allowing me to interrupt this live. Love you guys.
Love you too. Bye.
Love you back. I love it.
Shout out to
First Lady.
Yep. And for those who don't know, that is Eric Thomas's wife. Who is definitely been behind the scenes of many things. But quick backstory, she's a huge fan of Tabitha Brown, and they went and surprised, E and Dee Dee went to surprise Tabitha's husband on, I think, the retirement party or something like that. It was huge. It was like 5 videos about this whole situation, right? And so now Dee Dee's a little famous, and we're gonna. You see,
kind of a big deal.
Kind of a big deal, and you see who she calls first. I want to put this out here, and you see
an exclusive,
right?
An exclusive. We be getting exclusives out here,
right? We are your favorite personal brands. Brander, how about that? And business person. Okay. I'm just saying. We'll come up with something better. Yeah. We'll come up with something better. Come up with something better. But this was definitely out of nowhere. So share this with your people because our price is about to go up. Anyways, all right. So what were we talking about? What were we talking about?
The price is about to go up.
The price is about to go up. Listen. If this is as big as she thinks, our price is about to go up. But hey, yeah, it is what it is. So, okay, what were we talking about? Let's restart.
Yeah. No, wants and needs. You were talking about just, of course, having a recording device. Mm-hmm. You know, typically that's your phone, voice notes, the whole nine. And I was just about to say, I'm seeing even a new trend where people are using the exact headphones that you got on as their new mic. You know, that's like a thing now. It's like, oh, that's actually acceptable. Right? So, yeah.
It is what it is. But I will say, hold on, let me see if I can fix it's been a bad day. It's been a bad day. Here we go. Boom. All right, let me get rid of this. So, why am I so, bring me up. There we go. So, this is the thing. We have to start with where we are. Now, who am I to say if you got a bag, go get you a Sony camera. Go get you. I know for me, and I said this one of my lives, if I have it, I'm going to get it because I already see how serious I'm going to be. Like if you really take this for real, it's going to be a whole different story. Like I'm going to get the best equipment. I'm going to learn all the tips and tricks early because this is something that I'm going to take serious. Now, if I'm trying to figure out my voice, if I'm really trying to figure out if this is for me, am I really about this life, then there's going to be a journey and there's nothing wrong with that journey. There's going to be where I get the phone, I get the headphones, I get the little ring light, I get, I use natural light. I take advantage of social media. Then as I grow like my following, then I figure out how to monetize. Maybe I'll do a membership. Maybe I'll just sell a certain piece of content. Like there's different levels to everything of a want and a need. Of course, I want to have a lot of followers. I want to have the best equipment. I want to have the website. I want a lot of things when we're first starting because we see big, right? But what right now do I need to get to the next level? Because if I want all these things, am I ready for these things? I could get all of it, but am I ready? Like, is my commitment so true? And here's where I struggle with some things, right? Like, we want the biggest and baddest things, right? Just keep it very general. Yet, when it starts to become an obstacle, right? When it starts to become an obstacle, then we don't want it so much, right? We don't. I was having a conversation with Jonathan, and he was like, I said something like, podcasting isn't for the weak. It really isn't, right? We want to be podcasters, not we, because we are. But, like, people want to be podcasters, but the fact that there isn't truly an end time, it's like, so you want me to do this for how long? Like,
right.
6 years and I may get some traction? Like, hold on. So then you don't necessarily want it that much. You don't, I want to emphasize more on the want than necessarily need, because we say we want a lot of things. But then when there's certain obstacles and certain failures, then it's not necessarily a want. So maybe we should just focus on the needs than just the wants. Like, it shouldn't even be a battle, because when it doesn't get nice for you, when it doesn't have a really good feeling for you, it stops becoming a want. So why are we even talking about it?
Are you? Is going live a want or a need for you? When your internet is not working, right? I love it. That's real though. That's real, because that's when you find out.
Because a lot of people would have been like, didn't make it, bye. Check you next week. And I'm like, I'm trying my whole iPhone hotspot. That was trash. Praying to God on some hello. just this hour. I just need this hour, please. Thank you. But and I'm not saying to some, alive is not a need, right? And it depends on where you are with your personal brand, if that's part of it. For us, it's a need. It's the way we communicate with our community, right? This is how we know a Santana. This is how we know a Renee. Who else? Terry's in the building. I see you. Who else? There's so many people. My bad. Isaiah is in here. But this is how we communicate. So if we didn't show up, then their attention will go somewhere else. And that's what I don't want. That's when it becomes a need, because we want to make sure that we secure the 8 p.m. Tuesday vibes for them. We want to be their new show, right? For success in the long run, we have to play these little, I wouldn't say small games, but we have to do these things to make sure the consistency is there, the relationship is there, the nurturing is there. So as we grow, right, these people always feel safe. That's a need. when you're growing and you're dealing with people. That's a need. So now, what's the want? I want a lot of listeners. I want a lot of listeners. Absolutely. Why not? It'd be great, right?
Right.
But I just need to nurture the ones we have right now.
100%. 100%.
Make sense?
Yeah. No, I love that. It's a good breakdown of, and it's like really another way of saying, man, really check your priorities, right? And I love what you said though. Like your true test is, do you still want or need what you're pursuing when the going gets tough?
Yep.
Like that's the true test of it. If you're still determined to keep at it, if you're still determined to show up and be consistent despite of what's happening around you, that will really let you know how important is this thing to you. All right. So I love that test. Let's talk teams.
Okay.
Right. Let's talk teams. A want or a need. Right. Because I know a lot of people at some point are going to say, well, if it's related to my brand, man, I would love to have a team of editors, or I would love to have, or at the flip side of it, well, I can't do that much because I don't have a team,
Right.
or I need a team to get going, right? Let's talk about that a little bit. Want or a need? What's your perspective on it? Because you have a team, all right? In some way, I have a team. Would you say want or a need?
A team is a need. Team is not a want. And we had a conversation earlier today, right?
Yeah. I was about to go there.
Yeah. And it's okay, how do I put this? So it's the right chemistry that's a need for me, right? Having a team in general, you could still say is a need, right? But having the right team with the right chemistry and making sure that all gaps and strengths are taken care of in that team, that's more of a need than just a general team, right? So, like, I see Isaiah. Me and Isaiah complement each other because there's some things that he's stronger than me in, and there's some things that I'm stronger than him in with that. Like, I'm the overprotective one. I'll come up with the ideas. He's the one that makes sure that things are done, right? He's like, I got you. Don't worry. You give me the ideas. I got you. Boom, right? Me, you, and Carl had a conversation, and we're all complete opposites, right? But each of us fulfills something. Right? So it only makes sense that we do something together because that chemistry, those strengths combined is a need than just, hey, we're friends, cool, how are you feeling, Like, if that was done in a business sense, that is not only a need to us, but a need to the world. Because it shows what true teamwork is. It shows that you can't have too much of one side, too much of the other side. You have to have somebody who can execute, come up with ideas, who's detailed and systematic, and who's on a very supportive but make sure everything is done kind of vibe, right? So if we've been, how do I say this? If we've all been doing, this is such an after show combo, but we'll go. If we've all been in different situations in different teams where it didn't have that, right? It was just a team and the work was semi done, right? I feel like if the work is semi-done, the team is more of a want because it's not done to its fullest. It's not the goal isn't really accomplished, right? Y'all just gathered cool people. Y'all did something. It's a task. Great, right? But when you're seeing accomplishments that you didn't even dream of, when you see chemistry that people wish for, right? All within something that you already have, that's a need.
For sure. For sure. For sure. Yeah, because I think even in our discussion today, I think the one thing that we all really agreed on is that there's still room to grow.
Yes.
It's like, man, if you take an honest look in the mirror around where everyone is, everyone really agrees that, yeah, it's been, hey, super grateful. Been a heck of a ride. Can't complain for all that's been accomplished and where we are. But when you really think about where we are in our lives and in comparison to our potential, it's like, can I say that I've done all that I can? Man, I can't.
Right.
I can't. That's an honest conversation also to have. So I love that, when you put it that way, because you're right. That is definitely a need. Like the chemistry has to be right? Yeah. The caring for each other has to be right. So when it comes to teams, because that's a conversation that a lot of people have with themselves, they often get stuck because they're either waiting on a team to arrive, hoping to join the team, and they can't find the right position or a way to really position themselves to get that opportunity. So it's important to visit that dialogue and kind of decide for you, like in this season, is that a want or is it a need? Right? Because your approach is totally different. Even when you spin it all the way around and you start looking at it from a business perspective, right? Like we lead a community of, I want to say maybe 100 plus people.
Yeah.
And when I'm thinking about wants versus needs for them, we've created a space where people can always give us feedback, right? We've created a space where we're very transparent about what we can do, what we can't do. We're willing to listen and really help you get to the next level. But some of what you're communicating are not needs, they're wants. And we have to decide if what you're communicating can be applied at scale, not just for you, because there are 99 other people who are in this with you, that we need to make sure they can get the same exact experience. And it's not just a one-off thing where we're favoring, right? So that's kind of how I've played it. But what is a need? A need is to understand what are the tangible pillars that are going to move your business forward, right? If your life depended on it today, if God forbid something happened with your current employment or with your current business, or you needed to make an extra $5,000 tomorrow, do you know exactly what you need to do to be able to tap into a specific set of action items or things to do within your business so you can generate that 5,000, right? That's the difference between a want and a need. So yes, you may want certain luxuries, which are fine at some point in your career, in your business, in your brand, and wherever you are in your journey. Yeah, those luxuries are absolute necessities. It's like, all right, I've worked hard. I want to reward myself. I feel that that's the way I'm going to gain more energy to continue down path. I'm with you. I'm for it. But what's more important before you think about luxuries or what that opportunity can afford for you is, do you know the pillars that can move your business? Do you have enough information around what your customers want from you or what they're asking for that you're really not in position to do? Because when we talk projections, right, and again, I talked about in the business world, it's wants and needs is replaced with a fancy word called projections and forecasting. Some of them only focus on finances, which is just setting financial targets. But even in our conversation today, we really realize, like, it's not all about money. Like a big part of this is also figuring out other criteria that are just as important, that when you take care of those, money just becomes a part of the cycle. Like it just flows and it's not such a struggle to bring in, right? But a big part of understanding wants and needs is there are some desires that your customers may be asking of you that if you were to try to reach and fulfill, you might actually lose your entire business because you're not in position to do. All right. So you got to understand, man, what is my business capable of? right? What are the requests that I can fulfill? What are the things that I can't fulfill? Because an overstretch can just as quickly, right, almost force you, and I don't want to say help you, but almost force you to lose what you've built so far because you're just not in position to apply it at scale. Right. So that's that part of that almost becomes the defining factor. Is what I'm looking for, is what I'm reaching for, a want or a need. How do I know? Can it be applied at scale? Can I provide the same service that I'm about to give or offer to this one person? Can I do it if 100 others asked? Can I do that same, right? That same experience, that same tailored experience for the 100 others? So applying at scale lets you know, is it a want or is it a need? Right? That's kind of the difference between it on the business side of it. So, just some things that I wanted to add in there. I know there were some questions in the chat too, but.
So here's and I'm trying to push somebody to get on live right now. So that's why. Hey, if you can, cool. Actually, let me see if I can give him the link. So this is my thing, right? And from a team standpoint, right? What do you feel that is looked upon like a need, but is really a want?
When I think teams, I immediately think of role awareness.
Okay.
Like some people think that's a very like it's not necessary. You just need to focus on doing the work. Mm-hmm. But if you are not giving enough clarity around the roles and responsibilities of that particular position, I don't think that you can ever complete the work. So when it comes to teams, I don't believe that there's ever really a wrong person. I mean, for sure, there are some people who, just for whatever reason, whether it be that particular season of their life or whatever's happening, they're unable to get it done. But a lot of times they're just not in the right position. So it's that role awareness. It's making someone have crystal clear objectives around the roles and responsibilities of their particular role, so that there is never any there's never any parts of the unknown. You're never walking in the unknown like, I didn't know. Mm-hmm. I didn't know. And when you start talking about personalities and the different people and how they move, there are some people who are not going to, what they say, ask for forgiveness instead of ask for permission. No, that's not how they are. They're going to, if you don't give them permission, they're just going to sit back like, well, that's not my role. Right. That's not my responsibility. So I think it's super critical. And what makes that a little bit unique is that the natural progression of a business, the natural growth of a business changes the roles and responsibilities, but they're often not revisited. So like no one will come back and update the roles and responsibilities. Like in corporate world or in bigger companies, management oftentimes will hold off on that because they know that making an update to your roles and responsibilities means that I now have to pay you more.
Right.
But yeah, go for it.
No, go ahead.
Yeah. But it's super important for the team standpoint, right? Mm-hmm. Like that although it appears as a want, like you said, because of you're maybe wanting to seek more money, it's a super need for clarity, direction, and also so that I can hold you accountable for when you don't play the part. Right. Yeah. So that's something that we've spoken about on our show a lot, right? I can't hold you accountable to expectations I've never communicated. So a big part of being crystal clear around your role awareness, not just a desire from that, because typically when it comes from a team member, it's like, they're just seeking more money. At least that's how management looked at it. And again, I'm talking bigger companies. But oftentimes there's a lot of benefits to that because now from a management perspective, you can hold that person accountable when they don't meet the benchmark.
I like that. And since we're talking about role awareness, right?
Wow. We got the exclusive with the food.
I was trying to finish chewing real quick. Like I was like, okay, they're talking. They're not going to get to me. And I just was like, I got to, okay. So she got me right in the middle of it. What's happening?
Sure did.
Man, what an honor. What an honor. It's the first time I got you on the live.
Hey, I am honored. I am honored.
So I need everybody to go share this live real quick. Just text this out real quick because it's rare. But we were talking about you. Same thing that I did with Moose earlier. We were talking about you, and so I needed to bring you on because we were talking about you, right?
I'm nervous.
Don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. So here's my question to you. What is... because the theme is want versus need. So based off the conversation that we had earlier, what is a want and what is a need when it comes to teams? Making him think. Look at that.
Right, like just like y'all threw. This is the end of the day. She just threw me off in a deep.
No, I wouldn't know because it's super light outside.
Well, I was
over
about to say
there.
you tricking us with the sunlight where you at.
No, I promise y'all.
8:55. It's
what
crazy.
Is it? 8:55, and it's cloudy, so it's like not even really how bright it is. Wants versus needs as it relates to a team. Give me a little more, Nikki. Give me a little more. As it for me personally, or like where are we going?
Moose, give him a little more.
Yeah. Yeah, so Nikki's question was there are some things that are perceived as, oh, that's a want. That's just a luxury. That's just something that you want more of. Like that's you wanting more out of that particular situation that you're in. But in reality, it's no, I actually desperately need it, right? And just to kind of do like a tangible example, even in your world, maybe someone saying, hey, can you get me a new computer for this project you want me to finish editing? It's like, no, you don't need a new computer. Again, appears as a want. Maybe you just want a new computer, but no, maybe it's a desperate need, to produce the level of quality that you're asking for. So, we're talking more tangible traits, right, around just the team overall. But yeah, I think that's more what Nikki's asking here.
Yeah, it's and okay. So it's a crazy, very, very subjective question because, like, for real, as it relates to the assessment, I can speak that language here freely. Everybody knows the assessment, but it's like there's some things that are super important to me as a high grounds crew that may not be anything for a pilot, may not be anything for a flight attendant or air traffic controller. So for me, and I don't know how super detailed you want me to go. For me, I love collaboration. Right? Like something that simple. I love working in groups. I love working together with something. Now, you put me in a situation where I'm around a lot of pilots and it's not about that. It's about go do what you got to do, bring it back, and we do our thing. You see what I'm saying? So
Right.
is it a need that I have? It's subjective, if you get what I'm saying. For me, it feels like a need. Right? But for somebody else looking in, like, dude, just go do what you got to do. It's not that deep. Like, that's just a want. So I'm saying I'm sorry not to be able to give a clear answer, but to me, it's very, very subjective because the thing that appears important to me, to you, might just be like, that's just not the way I'm wired. So I don't do things like that.
Wow.
No, that's right. That's fine. It wasn't not clear. It was more for me. I said like our chemistry is a need. Like how we each has a strength that the other one doesn't. That's a need compared to just having people working together. The different personalities, different characteristics, but from the level that we are on and that we haven't reached, our full potential, which that's what Moose said. I didn't say that. But I agree, but I didn't want to take that shine. That's more of a need of being with people who haven't, because there are people that we're around that may have. And so the direction, so the vibe would be a little bit different compared to the people who are still feeling as if there's more. That's what I said. That's more of the need from my standpoint.
Hey, and I can argue, Nikki, again, just assessment. There are some people that are very comfortable working in an environment that we don't have to get along. Just do what you got to do.
It sounds so sad. It's horrible.
I would die. I'm just being real. I would die in that environment, but the truth is there are people that, like, it's not important to them. We don't have to get along. Like, you're not my blood, you're not my spouse. Like, I just got to come here, do what I got to do, and go back home. for me, I couldn't survive in that environment but like 3 minutes probably. You know what I'm saying? But it's subjective. It really is.
So let's do this because I like putting people on the spot. Let me put you. Hold on. Where are
Uh-oh.
you? Where are you?
Uh-oh.
There you are.
I'm gone.
Okay.
Leave me
No,
alone.
you're there.
I'm gone.
You're there. You're there. So for the people in the chat, right? Shout out
Your
to you.
camera look crispy. Holy cow.
I mean, you bought that. You
The
bought
dual
that.
light.
I mean,
Wow.
you bought that. So for the people in the comments, real quick, the fact that maybe know what I do and what Moose does and maybe what Carl does, and I did it all backwards because it's different in my screen, right? What would you like to see from us as a collective? I'm just gonna ask that.
I see what she did right there. I see what you did.
I want the
I
people.
love it.
I want the people to let us know because there was a conversation. I'm not going to go too much into detail, but there was a conversation of like we need to do something, right? And so from y'all standpoint, from the feedback that we get from y'all, it will help us figure out this new master plan that we are about to create as the birds are in the background, and I feel so peaceful. I like that Carl's here because I feel very peaceful now. But so y'all put in the comments or the chat what you would like to see if we, as the three of us, was to do something together or build something together. What would that kind of look like? That's just me, Moose. I'm gonna put you semi on the spot.
I'm talking about all the way out.
Semi, right?
Can I give a little context? Because I don't know what I came into, y'all, but we did have a conversation earlier today, and we looked at each other like, man, this is a talented group of good-looking people, right? So we're like, there's got to be something more that we can put together. And again, the beauty of our environment, guys, is that we're challenging each other to not settle. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Each of us could feel like, man, I did this, I did that. Nope, we're not settling. As long as we're alive, we're going to push. So that's the kind of the framework that this conversation came from. I don't know what I missed, but I just want to make sure that we understand this. All right, you can put Moose on the spot now.
Okay, Moose. Hold on, let me get Carl. Where he go? There he goes. Moose, if now not putting you as exactly what is it, but describe perfect scenario in your life at this moment. What would our roles be in your life?
No, not the roles question. That puts me not the roles. Yeah, I don't want to be in charge of you know what I'm saying, determining roles for each
But
person.
I said no. But I said perfect scenario, kind of not necessarily real life, right? But perfect scenario based off our strengths and everything like that. Because maybe hearing it from each person, people, hold on. You're getting a real live semi-brainstorming with not super transparency, but semi-transparency. You see how I'm doing this? I'm trying to pull things out, people. Just for y'all.
I get the exclusive.
Hey, just FYI, I gotta go get my phone charger, my AirPods, because my phone at like 10%. So if I move around, like just hide me for 2 seconds. Let me go get myself.
All right, here we go. I will hide you. Where are you? Boom, gone. Bye.
All right, there we go.
Yeah.
Well, mute yourself though, Carl. If you're gonna.
I'm sorry. Shoot, I was just moving.
We heard the door open the whole night.
Right. Doorbell, all that.
Yeah, no, I think to Carl's point of what he mentioned, like if we were to stick to the assessment, I think it would make sense, to have either you or myself in charge of kind of like vision planting, right? Or maybe the idea, it can definitely be a collective,
right?
It's like, okay, here's what we're agreeing to do together. And then I can be that person who kind of figures out our how, right? Meaning like, here's how I feel we should attack this, this concept or this goal that we're trying to accomplish, right? and then you're that person, of course, who's in charge of making sure the world knows about it. It's like, okay, we're gonna make sure that we got not just the world to know about it, but the right people to know about it, so that we can gain the traction, and make it happen as we want to. Because of course, I know for me, I know I want it to be something new, something innovative, something that hasn't been done, or at least is not being done on the level that we can bring it together because of our, each of our unique skill sets. So that's kind of how I see it. And then, of course, Carl's role. I mean, I know what he wants to do, but I don't know that he should be doing that. You know what I'm saying? That's my struggle. I'm like, I know what you want to do, but I don't know that you should be doing that.
So
yeah.
Okay, no. Okay. Carl, can we bring you back yet? Can we bring you
Not
back?
yet. I can't find my AirPods, but I'm just gonna plug in the phone.
Oh
The
my God,
conversation's too
fine.
good. I'm coming.
Fine. So, because I wanted to see if I got permission of what he wants. Because you know me. I want to talk about it, but Moose always stops me from talking about things and never lets me have fun. So, but
I protect the legal boy. Hey, shout out to Terry, by the way. Terry's been dropping some awesome notes as well as some really great ideas in the chat the whole time. So I know we haven't gone to the chats in a minute, but Terry Reese, we see you. These have been awesome. So thanks for sharing those.
3-part course of content consistency. Nicky's flight school making pilots out of pigeons. Yo, that's a bar.
That's good. That's good.
Pilots out of pigeons. Hold on, bring that back up. Moose breaking down the long-term joint, giving principles that make the small things valuable, etc. This is the pilots out of pigeons. Yeah.
I'm telling you, I've been reading Terry's comments the whole way. I'm like, yo, man, these are really dope. Like, super.
Getting us comfortable
awesome.
on camera. He really does speak to those. Oh, here he goes. Is he back? Let's see if he's back. Are you back, Carl? Hold on. Let's see. Are you back?
Yes, I'm here.
You sure?
My audio's probably trash, but I'm here.
Yeah, so it's fine. It'll be all right. Moose got the little lightning background going.
See that? Legit live happening.
Yo, did you
Hopefully I don't touch no metal.
Y'all getting this real. Ain't nothing planned or pre-recorded here. This is what it is. Anyway, go ahead, Nick.
It's all right. It's just going to live on YouTube for a very long time. That's it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. So, did you see what Terry said? Hold on.
I did not.
So, I'm going to pull it back up. Terry said 3-part course of content consistency. Nicky's flight school making pilots out of pigeons. Moose breaking down the long-term joint, giving principles that make the small things valuable, showing up, etc. And Carl getting us comfortable on camera. He really does speak to those that suffer in silence. Whole team of humble beasts. You hear that? You speak to the people.
We might need to send Terry a check. For that. Terry just gave us in 2 minutes what we tried doing in about an hour so far.
Facts. Oh wait, hold on, because I see Diana's on. Diana, hold on. You see this? This is the new setup. This is because of your little settings. But I got questions because I have questions. But I just want to let you know this is the new setup. Anyways, so okay, real quick. Moose said something, and I wanted your permission to semi-talk about it.
Me or Moose?
Did you hear what I said?
Did you hear what Moose said?
I did hear it. I heard what he said, yes.
What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know. But yes, Nicky, you have permission.
Okay, why don't you know? Hold on, we break this down. Since we have permission. What don't you know? What can we break this? Moose, we got permission, so break it down. What is it? What does he not know?
I mean, I understand, right? Like, I think Carl, I texted him on the side today, right, after we talked, because I don't know if you remember, but he said, I just want to be pure, right? Like, I don't know what that meant for you, but I was like, yeah.
I don't know what that meant. I was like, oh, that sounds so deep. That I want to be pure. Like, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, no, but I knew what he meant, right? Like, not doing anything that isn't fulfilled kind of on on the front end or on the back end, right? Like if this is what we say, then this is what happens, right? So I kind of felt that, and I'm like, okay, I know exactly where he's going with it. So Carl wanting to play the role that he mentioned this morning is so that he can fulfill that promise and also stay absolutely true to himself. So I get that. But at the same time, my thought process is, if our goal is to truly break through potential or break through staying stagnant, are we serving you, or are we like setting you up, to do that if we let you stay where you're comfortable, right? Because like for all of us, this step would be a bit outside of the comfort zone, but that's what we want. That's the level that we're at. It's like, okay, it's time to take that leap. It's time to make that step. So that's kind of where I'm like, okay, debating. Like, I understand why. I think there is strong reasoning behind it. Is it what is the most feasible thing for Carl? That I don't know. That's kind of where, that's why I said what I said.
So yes. Okay, and yes, Nikki, we can be transparent. We got nothing to hide here. So my immediate, and you guys know me very well, my immediate skill set, comes into creative space, editing, shooting, that kind of stuff. And that's something that, and I'll say it like this, that's something that I've kind of moved away from a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I moved away from it a lot because I didn't, how do I want to say? To Moose's point, I felt like that I was capable of more.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like I have that, I can do that, but I feel like there's more that's greater in me. There's other, let me say, I can add to that. That's not the ceiling for me. So Moose, I will give you, Nick, you can give him an air horn for that. Like I'll concede.
That's why they call me the disc doctor, y'all. Let's get it.
And I'll concede, Moose, that theoretically is the easy way out for me. But yes, absolutely, I'll agree to the fact that yes, that's not where I need to settle. There's more, way more that we can create, especially with, like I said, this kind of team, these kind of ideas. Look, it's killing me to see my color change like this, Nick.
I'm finding this fascinating. Continue.
Oh, it's terrible.
I find it it's like a press of a button. Like, see the details in the clouds?
Changing.
Now you don't. See the
I'm not touching anything. I'm just holding it. But anyway. So yeah. So Moose, yes, I will concede that, and volunteer willingly to continue to be pushed. Because I don't know if y'all know this, but these are the two that, like, I would get like a jump kick on this side of my face when I talk to Nicky, and then I'll call Moose to tell him about how Nicky just talked to me, and he would hit me on the other side of my face. So that's pretty much the relationship that we've developed. It was very abusive how they treated me.
Hold on, no. So wait.
So she said,
no. What we're not gonna do. I wasn't abusive. I don't know about Moose. I can't speak about Moose. But I wasn't abusive.
Perspective.
No. Let me explain why. Because you used to want me to tell you exactly what to do, and I would smile. I wouldn't say anything. I'd be like, waiting on you. I barely said anything in this whole weird transition of you creating Solo Create Pro and all this great stuff. I was just like, are you going to do it? Cool. I barely said anything. I don't know where you got this whole I'm abusing you.
Hey, let me just say my recollection of these events is not exactly the same as yours. I'll just say it like that. We can agree to disagree on that.
What? How? You know what? Okay. All right. Fine. See, this is the thing. I'm fully aware of my flaws, right? I know there's certain things that I say that can be a humongous punch in the face or a stab with a twist. I understand this. I don't think I gave you those. But I don't think I gave you those.
I got a couple bandaged and bleeding areas of my body that says slightly different. But hey, we could
This is not the point. This is not the point. What was the point? I just want to defend my name because you're not going to have me. I will admit when I am abusive.
Looking abusive in the street.
Right. I will admit when I am abusive. I don't think I was abusive. I think I was very light on you. Compared to the other people, I'm light on you. Facts. Facts.
Maybe I wasn't built to enjoy getting abused like that. Maybe I wasn't built for that kind of life. Maybe I had a more tender upbringing. That's all.
Help me! Help me!
Okay, whatever. Anyways, Moose, what is he supposed to do? Like, what role, right? Do you see? Hold on, let me move. What role do you see would possibly, not solid, but possibly be the next step for Carl? Possibly.
Yeah, I think that it's got to be something with what you're describing, but with like a 10x marker tied to it. All right, so it's like, yeah, creative, absolutely, keep it around creative. But what is that? If we were to kind of zoom in 10 times or zoom out or make that bigger by 10x, what would that look like? Because, I think much of what we're about to go through this process is we're literally about to start applying much of what we teach, right? And that's what I think is about to be really beautiful. Now, here's my thing. We always tell people, don't dream from where you are. Take into consideration the growth that you'll accomplish throughout the process, right? Because naturally, that's what happens every time. You set a target, you don't take into consideration how you'll grow through the process of you accomplishing it. You get there and you look back like, yeah, no, it's still not it. So that's kind of where I'm saying, like, I know it's that creative marker for sure, but what does that look like magnified or like really, blown up 10x? That's where I'm looking at it. So it's got to be more to it than that.
Any feedback? Anything? Nope.
I mean, like we're doing this live. I don't have any feedback. Like we got to 10x it. So whatever it is, we gonna add some more to it and keep it going.
And I'm gonna say that's the end of the show.
15 minutes over to make up for the
No, it's
late,
50.
You know what I'm saying?
No, it's 57 minutes for the show. We still true to the hour. You know what I mean? I didn't want to shortchange.
To make up for the late time.
Yeah.
And Nikki, tell Renee I did see that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I tell both of y'all because you put it up.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. But thank you, Carl, for jumping on in the most randomish and putting you on the spot semi and all that great stuff. And Moose, thank you for dealing with my little Wi-Fi issues. You know what I mean?
No, for sure.
Every Tuesday, same time, same place. You already know what we're going to say. Holla.